Folks, let's get on the Golden Gate Bridge, head north from San Francisco, and turn left. And there you're going to find Marin, California. And today I'm going to be tasting this here, Petite Camembert. This is from the Marin French Cheese Company. Here's what a retail package looks like. This is what you'd be looking for. And here's a serving suggestion with a little bit of honeycomb. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? Now, this right here is actually from the oldest operating cheesemaker in United States history. Yes, you heard that correctly. Just a little bit north of San Francisco, over the Golden Gate Bridge. It's been there before the Golden Gate Bridge. It started in 1865. This company has had 4 different names since then. It wasn't until 2010 when I believe the third owner sold it to a French family. So the Marin French Cheese Company is now French owned. Here's a little bit of the cheese selection inside. If you're a cheese lover, try walking in this place and see if you can leave without buying some cheese. Absolutely, completely impossible. They even have a sandwich shop right here. Now, a little bit of history on this company. Back during the gold rush in the 1850s, the California Bay Area ran out of eggs for breakfast. So many people were coming in, and everyone was eating eggs for breakfast. And they sold out. Eggs were nowhere to be found suddenly. And this is around the time that started up causing Petaluma, California, to become the egg center of California, which it pretty much remains today. Originally, these cheeses were created as a breakfast cheese substitute for eggs, and then they were shipped up over to Petaluma, and then from Petaluma, they were put on the Sacramento River, finally making the cheese's way down into San Francisco. And of course, they didn't go south over the Golden Gate Bridge because it wasn't there. So let's take a look at this cheese right here. I am going to be tasting more of the Marin French Cheese Company cheeses soon, and I'm going to go into a little bit more history of this company. But let's do a short one here. This is the cheese that I was tasting on Spill the Geek Tea just earlier today. Here's the package that I picked up this morning. And as you can see, it is 50% off. And that's because the expiration date is within the next week. Now, I don't know if your cheesemonger will do this, but it's definitely worth trying. I have noticed that some high-end cheeses, in particular, at one of my local small cheese shops, I'm not going to say which one, if you keep an eye on the expiration dates and there's one that you really want, wait until it expires in about a week, and then tell them, I'll give you half price for this because it's going to expire anyway. It has always worked for me, and I've been able to taste some high-end cheeses for more reasonable prices. And yeah, when it comes to a cheese like this, my wife and I can eat 4 ounces of it in one day, no problem. So here's what it looked like after I opened it. Here it is on one side, and here it is on the other side. It kind of looks like a little cake, and here's where I cut it open. Now, Camembert is very similar to a Brie. In fact, I don't know that I would be able to tell the difference tasting them side by side. I believe that Camembert may be a little bit lower in salt. When I tasted this earlier, I didn't get as much saltiness as I typically do with a Brie. So let's get right into it, and I'll describe what this tastes like. As you can see, you have the rind. Here's what it looks like. The white ash rind. And it is a gooey cheese. Now, this has been setting out for about 30 minutes. And what ends up happening is this creaminess, it starts to ooze out. And I found that by leaving it on a cheese plate for over 30 minutes or so, it will end up sticking to the plate like glue. So you would want to stand these rind up if they're not going to be eaten immediately. And it may not hurt to actually have a spoon. Yeah, this is a spoonable cheese. Shout out to Reverend Amagon. All right, so let's go ahead and see what this tastes like. I'm not really getting much on the nose, but on the palate, these are just absolutely excellent. There is a reason. There's a reason why the Marin French Cheese Company, a California original since 1865, is the oldest running cheesemaker in the history of the United States. And one of those reasons is because these cheeses absolutely rock. I don't know about availability nationwide, but if you want to taste a cheese from the longest running company in US history, you're definitely going to want to look for a cheese from this brand, Marin French cheese. To me, it tastes like a brie, and again, this seems to have a little bit a lower salt. I haven't actually gone through the ingredients, but I will with future Marin French Cheese Company cheeses and a little bit more of the history of this company. If I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I wouldn't even think twice about just giving it a 10. It is absolutely luscious, creamy, and I think if I had to describe it in one word, decadent. So there you are. If you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe. There's more to come. I enjoy doing them. And until next time, enjoy your cheese, enjoy your brie, enjoy your Camembert, lick your fingers. There's nothing wrong with that. Till next time, peace out from San Francisco. Bye.